Hey guys, so Rogue Company recently released on Nintendo Switch as well as other platforms recently, and I wanted to give some quick first impressions on the game. So Rogue Company is a hero-like shooter which blends together elements of CSGO and Overwatch with third-person view. I like to think of it more as a third-person Valorant. Now there are currently 3 Founders Packs that are available for purchase, with the game going free to play at a later date. The current 3 packs are priced at $15, $30, and $60. Now each of these packs vary with what is included, such as emotes, sprays, outfits, and wraps. Now as far as the game goes, this was made by Hi-Rez Studios, who also brought Paladins and Realm Royale to the Switch, who are known for being able to hit 60 frames per second on the Switch with their ports, and this game was no exception. Performance for this game is great. It's a constant 60 frames per second throughout, and so far I've yet to be hit by frame drops, even during gunfights. I do believe that when you are in the plane it is 30 FPS, but that's pretty understandable as you're doing nothing but making purchases for the round. Now as far as input lag, I really don't experience any other than when reviving a teammate. There may be a small delay, but overall performance for this game is really good. Now let's get into depth on the gameplay and what this game has to offer. So there are currently 3 game modes: Demolition, Strikeout, and Extraction. Demolition is objective based with an attacking and defending team. Strikeout is more of a TDM mode with respawning based on the number of tickets you have, and Extraction is a control point mode. I'm really only going to be covering Demolition as that's the main mode and really the only mode I've been playing so far, so I don't really want to comment on the other 2 until I've gotten more playtime with them. I may do a video later on going more into depth on the other modes at a later date though. So Demolition is an objective-based mode. Think of it as search and destroy, with the first team to 7 round wins the match with switching sides after 6 rounds. For instance, if your team starts with attacking, you will switch to defending after 6 rounds, both before you start, and when you switch, you will be prompted to select a rogue. So the rogue that you select is basically a hero with certain abilities and skills that you will utilize in order to help your team win. Each rogue has a special and a passive ability, along with a custom class specific to each rogue, which includes guns, grenades, melee, and perks that you can buy before each round. Each character has a specific loadout, so it's up to you to find what best suits your playstyle. Now I'm not going to go too into depth on the characters as I haven't really touched on all of them, and I may do a more in-depth look at them at a later date. But as far as the gameplay goes, despite some few issues, overall it's fluid and it plays great. Obviously gameplay is what drives the game's success, and with this game still being in the beta, it has a great foundation to go off of. Like I said, it's a steady 60 frames per second that you're getting with nearly no drops. Now I just want to go over some pros and cons of the gameplay. Let me start with the pros. So I really love how the guns feel in this game. I've tried over half the roster and trying both primary weapons included with each rogue, and they all feel great. After playing for a bit, I realized each rogue's weapons suited different playstyles, and each playstyle is suited for different maps. So I found myself swapping rogues a lot. It's also great that you can switch rogues when you're switching sides, so you're not locked into one rogue for a whole game. I also really like the movement. You have the ability to do a dodge roll, jump, and crouch. The movement feels very fluid and can be utilized around the terrain of the map that can lead to some tense encounters. One thing I absolutely love is the fact that when you're crouched behind a wall, you can aim down your sight and not have your gunshots be blocked by that wall, as long as it's around the same height as your crouched character. I feel like that was a great attention to detail that many shooters ignore and require you to stand in order to shoot. Now as far as equipment goes, they all work as you would think they would, having a primary grenade and a secondary piece of equipment like a claymore or flash. The maps are really good too. I don't think I've played one I really hate it, as they all feel pretty unique to each other and balanced. Now for the cons. I don't have too many cons, but the ones I do is easily fixable via a future patch. My biggest pet peeve is that you can't switch between your grenades if you bought a primary and a secondary, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you literally have to use your secondary before you can use your primary, which is really stupid. Another pet peeve is the crashing. I've probably crashed over 3 times within the 6 hours of playtime I have, and even worse, it doesn't let you rejoin when you leave. I could go over some more technical things, but Hi-Rez actually has some of those addressed in their roadmap, so no use complaining about it when I know these are issues that will be addressed in the future. Now I only have about 6 hours of playtime so far, and I know I didn't go too into gameplay and everything, but I kinda just wanted to give my initial reaction to it so far. Overall, I definitely think this game has great potential with a great foundation. I look forward to Hi-Rez in the future of this game and can't wait to see what this game brings next. I may also bring some more videos that go more into depth in the future, so stay tuned and don't forget to sub and like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.